Guys, welcome back to day 2 of the 7-day sprint here. So hopefully you already went through and did all of day 1 in that tab there. If you haven't, go back and start that and do that right now. But if you've already done that, then on to day 2. So today we're going to start to define the niche. And so yesterday, again, we went through a little bit more about kind of what your passion and skills are and started to think about the pain of your target audience. Well, today we're going to start to define the niche a little bit here. And so kind of based off that pain, based off that starting point, we want to think through what segment of the market in this particular niche can you really help the most? Which one will benefit the most and quickest from working with you? And then also, which one would it be really tough for you to get great results for? And so in this, again, like thinking about, say I'm a personal trainer and I want to help people get fit in my coaching program. I want to help people we'll say get into marathon shape and run a marathon at the end of 8 weeks. Now I know that sounds a little aggressive here. Now when I'm thinking about my market, I'm thinking, okay, anybody who's interested in marathons or anybody who's interested in being fit might be my broad market. And, they've got a lot of pains there, etc. But when I think about, okay, I've got 8 weeks to help somebody, who can I get into marathon shape in 8 weeks? That's going to be a whole different question than who wants to run a marathon. And so the segment of the market that would benefit from that, again, I'm not a personal trainer here, so I'll just kind of guess, although I have run a marathon, which was a pretty cool experience for a non-runner like me. But who can I really help? It's probably people who are already interested in running, people who are maybe running a couple miles a day or maybe 1 mile a day, or are already kind of maybe former athletes of some sort. It's going to be people that are a little bit further along, a little bit higher up the chain than kind of your average person here. Those are the types of people that I want to go reach out to and make my marketing for, rather than just saying, hey, anybody who wants to run a marathon. That's going to be a big difference, honestly. And it helps to answer this question too. What segment of your market would you have difficulty helping or getting results? Now, if my result is to help people get a marathon, it's going to be really hard for me to help somebody who, is really, really overweight, somebody who doesn't run at all, somebody who's never run. So I want to make sure that I don't target that. I want to make sure that my writing and my marketing does not target that person, and that my whole course is built for the person up here. Every step of the program should be built for a specific type of person. So go through and answer that and think through, hey, if somebody walked into you and they were like, hey, I want to get this transformation, who would be like the perfect person that you could help? And what could you do with them? Get that in your mind. And also think, who, if they came up to you, would you be like, man, this is going to be really hard to help them? Go through that. Secondly, you want to have the person be able to be reached on Facebook. So to do that without getting into like super deep into Facebook, again, you want your market to be reached on Facebook. You want to eventually be in a position where you can run Facebook ads to them, drive them into a funnel, and grow your coaching program very quickly that way. And so to do this, just think, there are about 50,000 people or more in this market. Or are you teaching something so niche? I mean, if you're going to teach people how to, I don't know, make candles in 8 weeks, there might not be 50,000 candle makers out there. I don't know. But think about, you want to have a good size market there. Think that they have money to invest with you. And then also, again, it's something that you don't have to get this totally right now. This is all going to make more sense as you keep going through the program. But is the niche specific enough to have a message that really resonates? Now, if I'm going to teach people how to sign digital marketing clients, one mistake that I've made in the past, like I've just called them entrepreneurs. Hey, are you an entrepreneur that wants to grow your online business? That's pretty broad, guys. That's pretty broad. But if I change the marketing, I say, are you a digital marketing consultant, freelancer, or internet marketer that wants to land more clients? That's a whole different message right there. So I had to get more specific there. So just make sure you're specific enough there. And then secondly, second step of today is to create your customer avatar. This is the secret sauce, guys. I mean, if you go through this thing, I mean, you could probably spend 3 hours on this thing. You could probably do it, come back tomorrow, do it again, come back next time, do it again. This is going to help you out a lot. And so I think a lot of people, they don't do a deep dive on their customer avatar. They have like a person in general. They have kind of I help males 22 through 50 get a certain result. That's not going to do it, guys. It's going to make very weak marketing here. It's going to make a very weak program as you design this program here. And so what we want to do is we want to dive deep. And you want to have like a person in mind. You actually want to do this whole thing around a single person. And so instead of saying like a broad range, you want to say something like, my ideal client is Adam Jones. He is a 29-year-old U.S. male. Again, in my against helping women? Am I against helping men outside of age 29? Am I against helping people outside of the US? No. But if I'm thinking about a perfect person, I want to capture somebody in my mind. And this guy would be very similar to some people I've gotten the best results with so far. So that's why I do that. Thinking through kind of the books and magazines they have. This can help you with your Facebook targeting later on. Thinking through what they Google. I mean, just all this stuff. Again, it all seems a little bit funny. I think sometimes people are like, why am I even doing all this? I promise you, I promise you, I promise you, when you do this, you're going to know your ideal customer on an emotional level. You want to go deep. You want to know what their pains, fears, worries, hopes, dreams, insecurities are. And you want to get to the point where you could probably write a day in their diary and show it to them. They'd be like, yep, that is totally my life here. So that's the point that we really want to get to know our ideal customer here, because when we do that, it's going to make building out our program map so much more powerful, so much more effective. And when it comes time to actually marketing this thing, if you have this done, I mean, your marketing is going to be so much powerful than your competition, and you're going to be able to really, really connect with them, and they're just going to come flocking to you here. So with that, day 2 will be complete. So go ahead and get working on this. Go through here again, keep chatting with your market in day 1, keep talking to them on Facebook, or if you know some friends or whatever that are in your market, reach out to them and ask them, hey, what are your pains? What are you struggling with? And then go through all of this. It should take you about 45 minutes.